Good morning, grade 7 students. Welcome to the Science Grade 7 virtual class on Scientific Investigation first quarter week 1. This is your teacher, Teacher Abby. For the learner, this module was designed to provide you with fun and meaningful opportunities for guided and independent learning at your own pace and time. You will be enabled to process the contents of the learning material while being an active learner. Lesson: Laboratory research or investigation follows a certain pattern to guide you in case your teacher will ask you to accomplish a classroom activity or an investigatory project. The scientific investigation has two components such as science process skills and manipulative skills. For you to realize these components, you must understand and acquire basic knowledge on how to deal with research or investigation. Science investigation is a process to uncover so many questions about the things around us. It includes the application of scientific knowledge and problem-solving skills. It can be done at home, in your school, or anywhere. Research activities follow a general pattern that will bring you convenience in dealing with research in your day-to-day activities. First, observation. Researchers make use of their senses around them to spot problem areas. You notice something and wonder why it happens. You see something and wonder what causes it. You want to know how or why something works. You ask questions about what you have observed and you want to investigate. The first step is to write down exactly what you have observed. Second, identification of a problem. Researchers develop a question that is answerable by how and why. Third, information gathering of preliminary data. Find out about what you want to investigate or your topic of interest. Read books, magazines, use the internet for related websites, or ask professionals to learn about the effect or area of study. Keep track of where you got your information from. Fourth, formulation of hypothesis. Based on your gathered information, make an educated guess about what types of things affect the system you are working with. Identifying variables is necessary before you can make a hypothesis. A hypothesis is an educated guess about the relationships between the independent variable and the dependent variable. Make a list of your answers to the questions you have using the if-then format. This can be a list of statements describing how or why you think the observed things work. These questions must be framed in terms of the variables you have identified. Next is we have experimentation. Design an experiment to test each hypothesis. Make a step-by-step list of what you will do to answer each question. This list is called an experimental procedure. In this stage, materials for the experiment must be readily available and precautionary measures shall be strictly followed to avoid accidents. Recording of the results is necessary, like data, graph, and description of observed outcome. Independent variable is a manipulated factor that intentionally varied by the experimenter or the x-axis. Dependent variable is a responding factor that may change as a result of changes made in the independent variable or the y-axis. Control group serves as the standard comparison in all experiments. It is exposed to the same conditions as the experimental group except for the variable being tested. Next is we have gathering data and also be a written statement of what occurred during experiments. It is from calculations using recorded data. The tables and graphs are made. Studying tables and graphs, we can see trends that tell us how different variables cause our observations. The last one is we have draw conclusion. Using the trends in your experimental data and your experimental observations, try to answer your original questions. Is your hypothesis correct? Now is the time to pull together what happened and assess the experiments you did. You can make recommendations to your conclusions. If your hypothesis is not correct, what could be the answer to your question? Summarize any difficulties or problems you had experimenting with. Do you need to change the procedure and repeat your experiment? What would you do differently next time? These other things you learned. And that is it for today's lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, GAITF, or you can log into our account